People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called Man a Plan. Man a plan all sorts of criminal activity when them get released. However, bigger and better than that, God a wipe out. It is also called. Be very careful what you ask for, because when you get it, you might can't stomach it. It might take you to the afterlife. Most importantly, karma is a itch. If you look at your screen right now, I am going to show you a couple of pictures. The first picture that is on your screen, this is of a young man. His name is Dame Ellington. He was one of the 4 persons that was freed when your Judge Sykes decides, say, listen, this Wandan Klansman case is trash. I am going to release a set of people because of lack of evidence. He was one of the first 4 that was locked up. When he got free, he was elated. This is his picture on the screen, like I said. He was smiling, looking out, because he said to himself, like Freddie McGregor, freedom is a must. Me soon touch street. When me touch street, everything I got change. The next picture that you see on your screen, this is him after he was released. Him and his baby mother, him and his girlfriend, he was headed out the door, headed for freedom. Like I said, freedom is a must, especially when you claim you did not do anything, you was framed. Gregory free. After that date, when he was released, he then got into trouble again. He was held along with some other people with 2 guns. Ammunition, of course, no empty magazine here. When you're a gangster, you are fully prepared. He who fails to prepare, prepares to fail. Failure is DEATH in the gangster world. The judge that saw this man when he came in must have had some sorts of idea that yes, he was a part of the Wandan Klansman gang case. Him beat the case. However, them catch him again with 2 tools. But the judge decides, say, you know, say, them after this man, them a target this man. So therefore, hear the thing. 3 strikes and you're out. This man have a questionable first strike. And then maybe this second strike is questionable too. So what else should I do as a wise judge? The best thing is to do is to give this man bail. More than likely he deserves it. It is just some sorts of misunderstanding. Now people, I don't know if this judge that gave him bail had some sorts of communication with Judge Sykes from the Wandan case, and they read the transcript or read or saw the interview that he did with the media. When he was asked on the day of his release, he said, listen, I am not involved in any sorts of gang. I was framed. I had nothing to do with nothing. I am a hard-working man. I have my 9-to-5 job. I have my family daughter that is 6-year-old that I have to get out and support. He also said, listen, when me come out, I just want to do positive stuff. I have not seen my daughter for the better part of me being locked up for in excess of about 5 years and 5 months. Unfortunate for him, he did not know that he was going to end up 6 feet and 6 inches underground. Very soon, he's now presently on ice. He also gave an inspirational speech to the other youths out there who have aspirations of being criminals. He told them, listen, badness don't pay. You are going to end up 2 places, like I've always said, the big yard or the GRAVE yard. He then said, well, he never said this, but I am saying it. Dame loves the kids like Trick love the kids. Who familiar with Rap and Trick Daddy know what I am speaking about. For other people, Google that ish. Now people, fast forward on Wednesday at about 11:50 or so, just before midday, there was an incident in a place called Riversdale. Riversdale is in the Linstead, St. Catherine, BOGWALK area. A young man, his name is Dwayne Brown, known as Thelma Boy. He lost his life. It is said that he was standing before some business establishments when two men on foot roll up, blaze him up multiple times. He was the intended target. Them jump in a white Toyota Wish, I think. Them left, try make some sorts of escape, but it seems as if they made some sorts of pit stop, unfortunately for them, because their life, or at least the life of Damian Ellington, would be the pits. It is said that the Popo got some sorts of intelligence, some sorts of information. They don't know, say, the people who slap with the little man, the Dwayne Brown, tell my son or tell my boy. We not see the vehicle in the BOGWALK Gorge. Now people, if you're familiar with the BOGWALK Gorge, there's only one way in and one way out, especially at certain locations near the flat bridge. Seems as if the Popo gave chase. The Popo almost intercepted the vehicle. When the boy them realized, I think it was about 3 or 4 people in the vehicle, including a female, speak about her later on in the news. When them realized that the Popo them pan intelligence had chased them try to press pedal to the metal. However, people, it seems as if them foot get too heavy and they lost control, or they were trying to overtake a line of vehicles and end up in the front of one truck, meaning head on. It is said that when them realized that the vehicle was immobile, they then alighted, people. This is according to the JCF's reports. Them alighted from the vehicle, start to blaze up all sorts of can. Now people, you and I know the regular script. The Popo took avoiding measures, wheel and pop off and return, said likewise FIRE. After the smoke clear, Mr. Damian was laying on the ground flat out. He was pretty much gone. The picture that you saw of him being very elated at the front of the video is nothing like the picture that I have. He was pretty much riddled with all sorts of con. That means multiple them call it. It is said that a next female was also in the vehicle. She was held without a shadow of a doubt. Conflicting report whether it was a next person or 2 other people run out of the car, take bush, take sea, take the river. Me no know which part them take. However, them take for themselves. Now that female, she gave them her address, or her address was on her identification. When they went to her house in a Kingston, they found a tool or tool ammunition. Needless to say, apart from this case that she was a part of a gang of people that went on some sorts of MURDER mission, so therefore she'll get a whole bunch of time for that. The fact that they held somebody in the vehicle or found a vehicle might have been the main tool. However, she's going to also be charged for that as a co-conspirator on some sorts of hit mission. She can't tell them say abduct her or force her to go in the vehicle. More than likely, she is a girlfriend of the main people. Me no know, me just a speculate. Now people, the truth and the fact is that the young man that they took away, Dwayne Brown, Thelma Boy, he is no saint. So therefore, anytime the ops can take away one of their ops, it is always a win for the people of Jamaica, John Public. So therefore, we are okay with that. Whenever the po can get information, say, a bad apple get taken out by a next bad apple, and then them catch the bad apple, and then them take away the bad apple, we are going to call that a double. However, the only unfortunate thing is that that female that was in the vehicle, how did she live? How did she avoid getting hit in the crossfire, especially from the po? What this shows us is that a lot of times when we hear these females a ball, whenever the GUNMAN gets taken away, hot boy, any sorts are done, gets taken away. These are the females that are mostly the reason, and people, I am not going to say that these criminals don't have intentions of being criminals, but a lot of time them a play seaway lash. Now I know that you're not going to know what seaway lash means if you're young. It means that them a play keep up. Them want to try facilitate and finance these hot girls in the neighborhood. So therefore, them have to do everything to make them happy. As a matter of fact, it is like a symbiotic relationship. Them get the hot girl pumps, and then the hot girl them get the hot money, meaning the proceeds of crime. So therefore, symbiotic. So therefore, if you conspire with a criminal, knowing and willingly go on a mission with a criminal, if you lose your life, pretty much you deserve it. So people, the moral of the story is this. Whenever you are dealing with these criminal elements, they are always in denial, they are delusional, they are psychopathic. Even though they know that their daily routine is criminal activity, and more criminal activity, they will not change, they will not stop unless they are stopped. DEAD in their tracks. Whenever them get whole, and if by some means them bust the case, when them come back out because they were given a next lease on life, lease on a career part of criminality, they are always going to do the same thing over and over. So we saw this man, him come when him bust the case, and him say, listen, a rumors them are spread. Me not have nothing to do with where them claim say. I am a legal, law-abiding, tax-paying citizen of this great nation. So therefore, do not mix me up in any sorts of blender. He said that he cannot wait to go back home to his daughter whom he loves. But obviously, he loves the street more. Obviously, that street is a street that provides for him and that daughter that he loves, that he has not seen for 5 years and 5 months. However, he ended up 6'6". He then gave some sorts of inspirational speech for the young youths of society, especially in the garrison, and tell them, crime don't pay. So therefore, what this shows you is hypocrisy in the highest heights. What it shows you is that a leopard never loses its spots. It is always going to remain the same. It is in their natural order of chromosome, or that is their MO. So therefore, them now going to stop until them get NO, meaning no longer in life. People, this is a sign for the youths that are actually listening. Crime does not pay. Yes, it might pay for a little while. However, at the end of the day, do not be penny wise and pound foolish, especially as it pertains to your life and freedom. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, just an update or some more information about a topic that I spoke about. That video would be 2 videos before that one. I did a video yesterday, the video the day before that, where I spoke about 2 Jamaicans who lived in Texas. The husband's name is Andre McDonald, Beachy Stout's son, and then the wife's name is Audrine McDonald. He filed for her from Jamaica. She came to live with him. She got her citizenship. They had a business, very successful, $1 million business. They had a $1 million home. He also filed for the mother through her. Both of them sponsored the mother. So therefore, him send for the mother and him send for the daughter. Him send for the daughter first, then him send for the mother. Both of them. They had a successful business. In a 2017 or so, there was trouble in paradise. They could not get along. Them start for HATE each other. It is said that the wife, after she realized that the business is successful, told him because he was also in the reserve. In 2017, when he went in the reserve, the U.S. Army or Air Force or whichever one of them, she told him when he comes back, do not come back to the house. She wants him to be gone. It is said that him kind of get ticked off. He said that he's going to go to his lawyer and file for a divorce. In a Texas, whenever you have any sorts of business, any sorts of assets, it is shared 50-50%. She convinced him. However, she then went to Jamaica, go look for her ex-boyfriend. She put on, when she went to Jamaica, she came back with 2 tattoos. One of the tattoo had an A in the middle of an infinity sign. The next one had some sorts of numbers. That numbers was the date of birth of her ex-boyfriend. So it seems as if she went to Jamaica. She was planning to bring up the ex-boyfriend after Andre filed for her. So therefore, he felt as if she was playing him. In a 2019, to cut a long story short, she ended up DEAD, him take her away. In a 2023, the case went to trial. He got convicted. He was charged for MURDER in the first case. However, the jury came to some sorts of DEAD lock. So therefore, the judge told him, go back and find a lesser charge, which is MANSLAUGHTER. So therefore, he was convicted. And he was sentenced to 20 years, which is the maximum. The judge gave him that because he said that he did not show any sorts of remorse. So anyways, based on information that I am getting now, it is said that Audrey had a friend, a best friend. Her name is Kenisha. Kenisha was married to the brother of Andre. Andre's brother presently live in Jamaica. So therefore, Audrey and Kenisha was 2 best friends that married 2 brothers, 2 McDonald's brother. Audrey married Andre and the next one, Kenisha, married the next one that presently live in Jamaica. So it seems as if they were still in contact, Audrey and Kenisha. So therefore, Kenisha knew all of Audrey's secret about the ex-boyfriend, who Andre said is a thug, a gangster and a smuggler. The picture looked like it, I cannot even lie. It is said that it was this same best friend that was best friend with Audrey that told Andre or told the brother, and the brother told back Andre that listen, she there with man, so therefore be very cautious. So people like me say, this man had no sorts of right to take away that lady in the BRUTAL way in which she took her out. However, you have to be very fair in life. Not everybody have the same tolerance, and whenever somebody do something good for you, if you deem to be ungrateful, that person could and will flip. Not will or should flip. That person can flip and might flip, and in this case the man flipped and he did what he did. Disclaimer once again, it is never justified. Sometimes them say you have to just take your pain, take your torture and just move on, brush off yourself. Obviously we see lately that is not easy to do. More than likely, whenever you cross somebody, double cross them, whether you are guilty or innocent of it, it might end up in the worst case. The life that you save might be your own. So therefore, do the right thing, or sometimes wrong thing is going to do you. So people, the question me ask, if it's your best friend, would you tell her husband that, listen, this man a cheat on you, or tell the husband, say this woman a cheat on you, sorry? Vice versa. What do you expect? She is married to the brother. That is her husband. So therefore, if she tell the husband more than likely is going to tell back Andre. Whether she tell him directly or the husband tell him. She should have expected that, but it seems as if she did not care. She underestimated the husband. She got carried away, and she got carried away by 6 people. Now, just when you thought that that tragedy could not get any more tragic, it is said that after Audrey was taken away, Kenisha also take away herself. Cannot validate or verify it. At the end of the day, 2 marriages are now in ruin. Most importantly, Andre and Audrey had a daughter. That daughter do not have a mom. That father is presently in the big yard for at least 20 years or so. Don't know if he has to do 50% of the time, 10 years, and then good time. People, me no know. However, there is no sorts of good time in this. It is called tragedy. Moral of the story is this: be very fair in whatever you do. Whatever action that you do, there is an equal and opposite and sometimes not fair reaction. That is how life is. It is called karma. Karma is not always fair, whether you like it or not. It is just called justice. Justice will always be served, whether you like it or not. Fly low or fly high, the good that you do, it follows you. The bad that you do haunts you. Sad to say, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.